As the sun fades, so does the time for one of our 11 players. Because the end of this day brings the first quiz, 10 questions about the mole. The player with the lowest score on the quiz is eliminated from the game. Each person seemed to have their own approach.
I have no idea. I hope I've been paying attention enough to answer the questions, but I wasn't a watcher of the show, so I don't really know.
My strategy was kind of making this point system. I don't know if you can see that, but I had this little chart. So I have everybody's name, and I'm like putting tally points, like mole, not the mole. So
I have no idea. I have no clue who it could be. If I make it through today, it's gonna be by luck.
You guys are engineers. You're number people. You're meticulous, and I think that you guys might focus on those details more so than your average person.
This is going to be my my first quiz and my last confessional, because I'm going to be crew after tonight.
I'm very thankful that I got the exemption, because I think that whoever the mole is didn't give enough clues away for sabotaging events to be able to identify a clear-cut mole.
Question number 1. Is the mole male or female?
Well, I got what I thought one of the questions was actually one of them. Did I think the mole was male or female? I think it's male.
Nicole was a person I had in my mind pretty early on, just by the way she was talking about how she wanted out of it real quick. And then the thought caught my mind of most of us, when we wanted to be a part of this, most of us volunteered. And my suspicion is that the mole was chosen.
Question number 2. Starting from Drew's left, in which position was the mole standing when Drew introduced the first steps test?
When you talk about 12 people in a line and you're preparing for an event, to remember that order is extremely difficult. And let alone the fact that if you have the wrong mole guy that you're writing down, it's difficult.
You gotta be kidding me. I got no idea. Was there anybody on his left?
So even if I knew who the mole was, which I don't, I would have been like, I was facing the opposite way, where I only probably knew that Lisa was on my right and Josh was on my left, and that's all I remember. I had no idea where the mole was.
Question number 3. Did the mole fall into the river of lava at any time during the first steps test?
The person that I think is more probably the mole is Josh, and I saw him fall in the lava quite a few times. And that is a big reason why I suspect him as the mole, is because he seemed like, whether it was purposefully or not, he was a huge hindrance on us completing that task.
It was Josh that fell into the lava first, and then you had called it, like saying, oh, someone fell in the lava, you have to all start over, and then Tony was the one saying, okay, everybody, come back real fast. Let's get this going.
Right, let's go. Everybody back. Let's go. Quick. Let's go.
And so I couldn't remember if he knew he fell and then was rallying everybody, or if he just heard you and was rallying everybody. I'm pretty sure he just heard you.
Question number 4. What is the mole's relationship to Drew?
I don't think Nicole is the mole. She always wants to kind of be the first one executed or left, so I'm not sure her heart's in the game.
Possibly Dan, but Dan now seems more like, because he just talks a lot, like he conversates with a lot of people a lot, and I know that's probably his strategy in order to win, but...
I don't know if you've noticed, I've been talking to just about everybody individually at some point to try to gather information. Okay. So.
He just talks a lot with people, so maybe that like slows things down, I don't know.
Question number 5. During the memory test, how many incorrect answers did the mole give?
So I actually made notes about how many tries everyone got. Everyone had 3 chances, and so based on that, I knew
So I guess if we pick the moles to be the first two people, like Bart or Angie, they got done a pretty good job of kind of failing tests, making it much more difficult for us to earn the money. Which I believe Angie did fail a lot of questions, but...
Erica, the first question, she got a few of them right, but the first question, she got it wrong, and then she smiled about it. You know, she's like, oh, I know this, when it was about Angie, and I know they're good friends.
Question number 6. Did the mole successfully hit their target during the memory test?
It was so easy to not hit the target that if the mole was really trying to sabotage us, that they would easily be able to flub that and get away with it. So if they hit the target, which was really easy, which was really hard to do, I was kind of thinking that they weren't the mole.
You know, whether the mole hit the person with the balloon, yes, no, or didn't throw. If I was playing the odds, I would have hit no, because most of the people didn't hit the people.
Question number 7. What number journal does the mole have?
I don't know. I have no idea. So, eeny, meeny, miny, mole.
I didn't realize I needed to pay attention that closely to details. I'm like, which number is the freaking notebook? I'm like, oh, great. I mean, who's going to remember what bloody notebook they had? I could barely remember that I was 4.
Question number 8. In the Mystery Men test, what costume did the mole wear?
I thought it was Josh, and I think that John Connor. I think he was a Terminator guy. So, because I had kind of by process of elimination.
Well, actually, I know I didn't score 100% because I was trying to split it between Angie, Dan, and Josh. So I tried to choose an answer that was specific to each one of them, at least so I'd get at least one correct.
Question number 9. In what player order did the mole first set foot past the front door and into the mole house?
And I had notes about order for the challenges, but not for walking in the house, and not for all that. So all I'm stuck on is the order that came into the house, and I'm like, I don't know, I didn't pay attention to that. I was 3rd-ish. I don't even know when I came into the house, so I don't know.
And then, even better, you had that question, what order did they walk into the mole house? Holy crap, you had that, you just made this up right now.
Question number 10. Who is the mole?
It's hard to come up with suspicions, because I guess the mole would be pretty obvious in trying to active in making sure the tracks are covered, unless it's Josh.
I mean, there's so many reasons why I suspect Josh, but at the same time, there's so many people that know him better than I do that are saying that, you know, there's no way that it could be him.
You know who's really quiet is Eric. Eric and Erica have been really quiet. So it may be one of them. So my top picks: Dan could be the mole, Erica could be the mole, and Bart could be the mole. I'm leaning toward Bart, or maybe Erica, or Dan.